Hey guys, it's Debbie, and I want to talk to y'all about something real quick. So, I've seen a lot on spiritual psychosis within the last couple of days, especially throughout the eclipse, and unfortunately, with things that occurred. I'm not going to normalize it. I am not going to say that, oh, this is part of the process, because I don't think that's quite the case. Now, I am not necessarily a traditional magician. I am not necessarily like a traditional witch or anything of that nature. I'm highly eclectic, very to myself, what feels right for me, go for it. But in traditional Western magic, there is a reason why they didn't really accept anybody until they were in their 40s and they were married and they had kids, because they had things to attach them to this world. They had reasons to be here, right? They had their grounding built in by the family that they built around them. Not necessarily like, oh, I come from mom and dad, those are my family. Oh, I have siblings, those are my family. No. Because ultimately, the family that you have is the one that you build. The person you marry, or like, that is your partner. The children that you create. That's your family. The people that, you choose to be around day in and day out. That is your family. Not discrediting the mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters. Having a close relationship is great. But that's not going to necessarily ground you in the way that is necessary. Okay? Exploring spirituality is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart, and it is not for those who don't have necessarily that ability to stay grounded. Sure, there are definitely cases where you start exploring whenever you're a teenager and you turn out fine. But there's a lot of people that don't. So, this is where having people that are more grounded, people that are more centered and more here, and actually being open to them bringing you down, in a sense. Bringing you down. It's not actually bringing you down. It's helping you stay here in this body, in this form. Right? So that your mind is not trying to go somewhere it shouldn't go. That's not the point of spirituality. I know a lot of us like to say we are God consciousness having a human experience. I know there is a lot of people that are like, I am a reincarnation of X, Y, and Z God. I am this, that, and the other. And? Cool. Good for you, bro. With that acknowledgement, maybe you have an attunement to that energy. If we go by the reincarnation status, we know a lot of gods or beings of that nature, they were people at one point. And the mythos started around those people. Maybe you were that person in a past life. There is a lot of theories around soul splintering. Sure, you have a piece of what was that being once upon a time. What are you now? Flesh and blood, baby. Flesh and blood. We have to stop this process of Armageddon, everything coming to an end, everything crashing down, everything ending, right? We have to stop this shit. Where people are sitting here and they're saying, oh, everything's going to end and I'm going to get a new body and I don't have to attach to this body. And no. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? That's neither here nor there, and that has nothing to do with anything. Revelations and Armageddon and Ragnarok and all of the other ending mythos. It's the ending of a cycle. And a lot of it is just unveiling the eyes, waking up. Being spiritual does not deny the fact that you are a person. You are in this body. You are having an experience. And the fact that you want to deny yourself, your being, is denying everything that is here. It drives me up the wall. It drives me up the wall, and genuinely, I hope there are people that are around those that are having a lot of spiritual psychosis to ground them, to bring them back down to earth. Not in a disrespectful way, obviously. Not in a disrespectful way. Because they're really in trouble. They're ungrounded. But we have to bring them back down. We have to anchor them here. Because here is where we exist. Here is where we live. Here is where we thrive. And here is where we have potential to do more great, fantastical things. So, with all of this, I'm tired of seeing it. Not necessarily as like a don't show me anymore, but this is where community really needs to come into play. Because we need to have those people that can bring us back down, that can ground us, that can walk us through those experiences. It's just like those spiritual medicines, ayahuasca, I forget the one that's the cactus, so many different medicines, mushrooms, all of that. You go with a shaman. You go with a shaman, an experienced practitioner for a reason. Just like Legend of Zelda. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Come on, guys. Come on. We do need to expand. We do need to evolve. We do need to keep going forward. But to keep going forward, we have to work together. Sometimes crossing the river is going to require multiple people, not a solo effort. I think my rant is done. I think I've pushed forward my point, but as much as I despise like the love and light community for a lot of the spiritual psychosis that they push forward, because let's be very real, they do. I just about love every person that I meet. I do. As a human, we need to just love each other. Not romantically, but we need to love each other regardless.